They've got a lot of vitamins in. I mean, you're talking like A, B, C, vitamin A, B, C. And actually, if you pick it in the sun, you can get some D as well. So A, B, C and D, just like that, all in one. Right, before we get going, I'd like to chuck in a wee disclaimer. If there's any silly buggers out there that watch this video, go grab some plant, eat it and drop dead. It's not my fault. If you want to try eating wild vegetables and plants, do your research, check photos, double check, triple check, just look into it really carefully, because I don't want anybody watching this stepping outside, grabbing a leaf somewhere, chucking it down the throat, boom, they're dead. I'd hate that to happen. So here's the go. Things in the whole world have been just a tad wacko lately. In Hong Kong it's actually been more than a tad wacko, because we've had the protests, and there was Chinese New Year, and now the COVID situation. So these situations puts everybody a little bit on edge, and people go and do things like panic buying. Like the local supermarket, it was out of rice. I mean, they had glutinous rice. I don't know what the hell you do with that fucking shit, but they were out of rice for like 2 weeks because people were panic buying and just stocking up on like years worth of rice, I guess, because it all just ran out. And you'd go to buy veggies, and there was no veggies to be seen. If you didn't get there really fast, all the veggies were gone. Boom. So that concerns me a little bit. If people are panic buying, other people are missing out. But in reality, there's actually food for miles. I mean, there's free food everywhere. I'm talking like tucker from here to there and everywhere. You cannot go hungry if you know what to look for. So what I do when I'm walking around, I'm actually looking at food. I can see some now way down there. You can't see it from here, but I'll show you later. There's food down there. I'll show you. Legitimate, healthy food. You could call it organic if you like. And anyway, I'm sort of fortunate in many ways, because I'm living right near China. You can see China's in the background there. I'm in a small village. Rent's obviously cheaper. Hong Kong's a very expensive place. It's probably up there, top of the world almost, for being an expensive place to live. I've got a beautiful place in a village. I mean, I'm not the village king, because there is actually a village king, but I'm kind of like king of the castle, because my place is pretty much the highest place. You look around. Oh, actually that one over there is probably the same. Well, there's a couple more over there too that are the same height as this structure, which is, you're supposed to only be like 3 stories high, and this has got an extra, basically, story and a half. Although I probably shouldn't say that in case someone dobs me in, but sort of semi-legal structure, making it quite high up, which gives me a good view. Those bastards are fucking as high as me. But anyway, actually, if I get up on this roof maybe and show you what the view's like, and then we'll definitely be the highest in the neighbourhood. So just give us a minute. I've got to get up on this roof. Well, I'll try to anyway. See how easy it is. It's probably quite hot up there as well. That's a sharp edge. But anyway, I'll show you the view. It's pretty bloody amazing. See that? There's a mountain over there. That's Big Mountain. what's been the name of the mountain since I got here, because I don't really know the name of the mountain, but straight over that mountain's Hong Kong, like central. And over that way we got Tin Shui Wai, Yuen Long area. You'll see these sort of reddy orangey coloured roofs there. That's sort of a gated community. In fact, now I'm looking at that, I actually want a beer. Maybe I'll go over there and buy a beer soon. And behind it is Shenzhen City. We're talking like way over to the left, that's the Shirkou area. Nanshan sort of, I don't know, over that way somewhere. Futian's over there. You can probably see that really high one over there. It looks a bit like a thingy. That's the Ping An building. I think that's the highest building in Guangdong, but it could be a higher one by now. They never stop building higher buildings. And Low's way over that way. So straight over there is sort of the Lomachao border, Futian border, Shenzhen 1 borders over that way somewhere. Well, that way, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but over there, Futian border there, Lowell borders over there. So it's a pretty bloody good view, isn't it? And now I am the king of the castle. Look at that. Anyway, you can see there's a lot of construction going on and there's green everywhere. And I can tell you now, like Scout's honour, there's food all over there. Yeah, so unfortunately the battery ran out. So I had to go down and grab a different camera, which doesn't really change much. I wanted to sort of conclude on that there's lots of food down there. I'm really thirsty now, so I'm going to pop over to the gated community just over there. I won't say the name of it, but buy a beer. It's not really that interesting, walking around looking for veggies. So I'll have a beer while I do it. And yeah, I would suggest though that if you can, and you don't need a lot, but chuck in some veggies. You know, if you're worried about food running out, and Hong Kong's always at risk, right? Because pretty much all the food, everything's imported or comes across from China, across the border there. I mean, you're talking like water, power, everything's coming from across the border pretty much. So anyway, to all you guys in Hong Kong and possibly other places in the world that are in similar situations, you've got to start looking out for yourselves. Try and find food sources that are around without paying for it, free food. If you're worried. Me personally, I'm not that concerned. I think I'll be fine. I do lots of things. I haven't put all my eggs in one basket sort of situation, but some people, you know, well, probably most people actually do one job, right, and are reliant on that job for their income. Some people are struggling anyway. If you are struggling, don't waste your money on piss. Or not too much piss. Piss means alcohol, by the way. Anyhow, I'm going to go for a wee ride now and grab a couple of beers, and I'll show you a few veggies. Free veggies. I'm going to cut it off now anyway. So here we are. I'm going to take you over to the local village. You can have a look at it. It's actually a gated community. And then we're going to do some veggie hunting. As you can see, I'm surrounded by them. Look at all the veggies out there. Veggies for miles. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Don't worry, I'll hook this up so it's safe, you know, because you're not supposed to drive along holding cameras and stuff by law. So it's connected now. It's not in my hand, trust me. Scout's on it. Local restaurant over there. Everybody's social distancing, as you can see. Maybe you see. Things are actually pretty good in Hong Kong at the moment as far as COVID goes. Been very few local cases. It's pretty much opening up. Unfortunately, I can't still really get to my office in China because it's just too much trouble. I don't want to do 14 days quarantine, self-paid in a hotel. That would suck, eh? And I can't really get work done. It's bloody hot. Leo, Paco. Where's I? See, they got security everywhere. It's a gated community. Security back there. They're actually looking to take everybody's temperatures when they get off the local bus. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's showing that you're doing something, but it's probably quite pointless. Just got to go with the flow. I don't usually wear a mask, but if I'm in crowds, I do. Because, you know, you just don't want people thinking that you're being a dick, even if you are like me. I'm going to turn this music down. Die young. They were baratong.
The old octopus card. What's that, see? It's magic. Oh, getting low on cash to add some money. Look at that beast. VX Land Cruiser. Some awesome cars in Hong Kong, eh? They got everything. I can't see any other good examples right now. Busy here today. Very busy. Just going forward. So it's a local shopping centre. It's no big deal. It just happens to be one of those gated communities, so I'm happy I can get in here. Supermarkets here. This is not espionage. I feel a bit like a spy. Mask, dark glasses, camera. It's just 7-Eleven. Right. Zanzit yaba ma. Koi sai. Right. I'm gonna look for something with a bit of kick to it. Got all the usual beers. Nothing really interesting. So I might just grab a couple of these boys. Look at that, see? 8.8%. I'll just grab 2 of them. Otherwise I'll start doing silly shit. Go. Paco.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course, sir. We've got a local centre. And security are on to me, look at that. I might get deported for spying. Spying on 7-Eleven. Now, there's nothing really to see around here, so I'll save the battery for the veggie hunting. Okay, we're here. We got a beer. Now let's go for a bit of a look. I'll open this beer up. Just a second. Right. So I got me a beer. And then we're just going to have a little look around. I'm looking for one now. It's actually a kind of fern. Hopefully I can find it, otherwise I'm going to look like a bloody idiot, like I'm talking out of my ass. I haven't actually had a look around here for that, but I have seen it, so I know it's around. And if I can't find one right now, I'll put up a photo of it so you know what it looks like. Actually, there's poisonous snakes. I've seen a lot of them, so it always pays to put footwear on. Like, I mean, protect your feet when you walk in places like this. Or at least wear a pair of jandals. It's not pig rooting, by the way. Someone's been doing some work over here. Not having much luck, am I? Gotta drink the beer fast because it's so bloody hot. Ooh. I can't find the one I'm looking for. And it looks like a good place to find poisonous snakes. Go that way. May just be out of luck with that fern, eh? Bloody jungles. Plenty of fucking mosquitoes. Don't know if you can eat them. Fuck. Surrounded by food, he says. I actually saw some food back there, but I know there's one over there, or a patch of it, where it's easier to put my beer down and explain. Well, fuck it. Just gonna have to fucking forget about that bloody fern, eh? Damn it. No dead bodies, that's good. I'm gonna save my battery and I'll go over where I know there's some good tucker. Okay, just over here, you'll see Amti. Now, I have to double check on this one, but I think it's called black nightshade. And if you think of nightshade, you're probably thinking of poison. But honest to God, this is a really healthy plant. In fact, if you look at it, I don't know how clear this is going to come out, but you'll see these little green berries, right? When they turn purple, oh, there's a purple one there. I don't know if you can see that there. See that purple one? Oh, there's a few there. There's lots of purple ones. Those purple ones could actually be made into jam or a pie. And they're full of vitamins. Healthy as. By the way, the green ones, if you eat them, you'll get sick as a dog because they're like toxic as. So anyway, what they do usually with Amti is just pull off the little green bit at the top like that, and you can boil it, you know, put it on a salad. It's healthy as, and it's all over the place in Hong Kong. Like, anyway, I don't know if it's very clear, this footage. So I'll hold still for a second, you can kind of look at it. You'll notice there's little white flowers. They're not open right now. Well, this one here is, to help you identify it. In fact, I'll take some photos and add photos, and then you can kind of identify it, because you don't want to get the wrong one, you'll just drop dead. There's probably some really poisonous ones similar, and if you eat them you might be history. Well, there's lots of purple berries, look at that. You could make some jam out of those boys. Let me find another one. I'll find another one. I'm running out of battery, so I'll turn it off for a bit, go look for another one and start it up again. Okay, over here I've found Maria. It's also called bush passion fruit. That one there, it's got like a vine. I'll put the beer down for this boy. You see these here? You open them up. This one's not ready. Basically they turn yellow when they're ready. If you damage the foliage, I'm probably not doing a good job here, but if you damage the foliage it stinks. That's why the Latin word is Passiflora fotida, or something like that. Because fotida, I don't know how to pronounce it very well, but it means stinky in Latin. I'm trying to find a yellow one. If I can find a yellow one, it'll be really cool. I should have looked beforehand. Doesn't seem to be any yellow ones buggering. I need a couple more beers because I can't see straight. I think there'll be a yellow one over here, wouldn't you? Come on, boy. They're all green. I can't really show you unless I can find a yellow one, because I'm not going to eat the green ones. So, the leaves yellow. Maybe someone's been packing them. You wouldn't know, right? I'm probably not the only person who knows this stuff, but honest to God I can't see one yellow one to show you. Oh mate. No. These little bastards here stick to me like nothing else. I literally can't find one yellow one, but that's what it looks like inside. It smells nice, really nice fruity smell, kind of like passion fruit. And there's a clock over there, but I can't see one yellow one. Right, there's another one here. You probably know this one. It's just bloody pigweed, right? Now, this is actually an amazing plant. Kulitis is the way I call it, but you probably know it as pigweed. It's part of the amaranth family. Like, there's hundreds of different variations of this boy. It could be red in colour. They different colours anyway. Slightly different leaves, but similar. So if you're not sure, you want to look this one up, because there's quite a bit of variation in these. And anyhow, so just let me open this can, because it's bloody hot. anyway, this one is really good because it's very rich, like heaps of nutrients, vitamins, iron. The way to eat it is actually a bit tricky in a way, because you really want to sort of pick the leaves or the top shoots sort of before the seeds start growing, when it's younger, so it could be a little bit harder to identify, but if you'll get used to it, you'll look around. I mean, these are kind of older ones. It's sort of a little bit seasonal, so Hong Kong, I mean, it's hot pretty much all year round, but I can't really see a younger one here to show you, to be honest. Anyway, so that's Kulitis, and I'm going to save my battery again, and I'll go looking for another one. Okay, now this one was a little bit tricky to find actually. There's not a hell of a lot around here. The old Tino Tino. I think they're called something like golden berries or Cape gooseberries. It's hiding down here. I was very lucky to find this boy. Where are we? Here he is. See this one here, this is a good one. Look at this boy here. If you open this one up, you'll see it's almost ready to pick. See, it yellows up when it's ready to eat. So it's got little seeds in it there. It sort of tastes sort of a cross between like a tomato and a cranberry or something. Sort of a fruity smell. These ones here are actually pretty good, like, in that they're very rich in vitamins. You usually find like ripe ones on the ground. Oh yeah, look at that. You can usually grab those ones. They haven't really yellowed up much. They've got a lot of vitamins in. I mean, you're talking like A, B, C, vitamin A, B, C. And actually, if you pick it in the sun, you can get some D as well. So A, B, C and D, just like that, all in one. Oh, it's not really ready, is it? I'm not having much luck finding the ripe fruit, but these boys here, Tino Tino, it's good stuff. Look at that, it's still not ripe. Maybe that one over there. Oh yeah. No, I can't show you a nice yellow one because I can't find one. But anyway, that's Tino Tino. What else can I tell you about them? They are actually used as anti-inflammatories. Supposedly help lung disease because of their anti-inflammatory properties. Can't really tell you much more. I'd have to look it up. I might try and write some information when I put this video together. I can't really be stuffed, but I'll see how I go. And I'm going to turn this off for a min and see what else I can find. So anyhow, I had a bit of a look around. I can't really find any others right now, and I can't really be asked, to be honest. But before I call it a day, what I'm going to do is take you over here and show you something else. It's not a plant, but it's very edible, and there's fucking hundreds of them. Don't want to say too much more because I'll spoil the surprise. You got to sneak up on the little shits too. Hey ho say any house. Let's have a look. I'll see if I can sneak up on some. This really doesn't have a zoom on it, so see how we go. Well, they're there alright, but there's a dead one right there, covered in flies. What I'm going to have to do is use my cell phone and take a picture because it's not going to be clear enough. Bit of a shame. Oh, I can see hundreds over there. But by the time I pull this out, and it's probably not going to be clear because this camera's not made for the job. Oh, and there's a massive catfish too. I don't know if you can see or not, there's a massive catfish. And you'll also see a whole lot of smaller fish. Sometimes they swim on their side and they kind of look like a zebra. You know what they are? They're called Tilapia. Those ones with the stripes like a zebra, I think they're called Nile Tilapia. There's like 100 species of them. It's actually one of the most consumed fish in the US, believe it or not. Freshwater fish, it's cheap, they don't have a hell of a lot of flavour. I'm not sure how clean this water is, but I mean they're edible. If you're starving you'd eat them, right? I don't know how clear this is. I'm going to have to take some pictures with my phone, eh? But anyway, you get the idea. There's fish for miles in Hong Kong. Like if you're really hungry, there's veggies, fish, all you need is a sack of rice. You just live for months like that if you had to. Wouldn't cost you air full. Anyway, I'm just going to go and get something where I can take a picture of those fish back there. There's fucking hundreds of them. So just give us a minute and I'm going to finish this can of beer. It's starting to get warm.
Okay, enough of this nonsense. Actually, the main purpose of this video is to bring edible plants and veggies to more people's attention. Just sort of to let people know there's free food out there in case they run out of money and they get hungry. Anyway, next time, if you're keen, I'm going to show you where to get the wild meat. Free meat, I'm telling you. If you're carnivorous, you better watch the next one. Chilled beans.